Well, thanks for phoning that. Yeah, hi, good evening and welcome. Just another hour or so on broadcasting tonight. Just tonight, messing about with GTSport. This is the beta demo, which you've probably all heard about. And yeah, I know some people like it, some people don't. I don't really care what you like it or not. I do. That's all that matters for me. I'm just basically looking at other stuff here as well. Yeah, right. So, yeah. Sorry, being a bit vague because just other things just popping up on my screen over here. Yeah, basically, there's been a lot of people moaning about that there's no career mode. I personally don't care. I mean, I put in an awful lot of suggestions to PD when I did the covered the closed beta, and I feel that some of them have been they have been addressed, i.e. as in arcade mode, which you'll see in a minute, is a lot more how can we say, it's a lot more evolved since what the original arcade mode for GT6 was. Yes, in some respect it's to cater for the career mode that's really now gone from career mode to basically license tests and all that sort of thing. That was my car that I actually made in the livery editor, which I'll show you all about at some point. The main problem that, I can understand a lot where people's frustrations come in that there's no career mode. Yeah, fine, there is none. Deal with it, get on with it, move on. I can see from PD's point of view why. You look at the type of cars they've got here, which apparently they're supposed to be really extra high detail cars, and which in some respect they are, and I'm not doubting that. But the problem is, now if PD were to put the old original cars from GT6 in, not address them as they have done with these new cars. I know this is some of these. There's a lot of cars from GT6 that were in there, but they've been redone. These are apparently future-proof. He says, up to 10 years future-proof. The rumor goes. The problem with the other things as well is you've got cars like the non-premium cars in from GT5, from literally GT, the start of the Gran Turismo, say. So I can understand why they're not in there, because you're displaying a 4K game. And I think I can understand their point of view, where they're coming from. So they're only showing like not the super premium cars, which these are, and perhaps, I mean, apparently the rumor is there's going to be 500 odd cars as DLC, whether it's free or not. I don't care whether it's free or whatever, or we got to pay for some of it. I'm not bothered. The more cars we get, the better. Yes, there are thousands of cars that were non-premium, but again, with the amount of spleen that was split when the non-premium cars were all put into Gran Turismo 6, people were spitting, they were venting spleen, as one might say, basically because of the the non-premium, the original Gran Turismo cars that still hadn't been updated and how crap they looked. I mean, is it people want in a 4K game? Because if they put it in there just to suit the people where they've actually got a career mode that they can use these cars for, you'll be having them up in arms. It's not enough for them that, oh, PD have delayed it, blah 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 blah. PD, there's no career mode. They're not a real cars. Don't like the Vision Gran Turismo series, which personally I love. And my own personal view is that the manufacturers have spent, no matter who they are, literally the list of the manufacturers have spent thousands of hours, money, time and effort putting in to designing these cars and getting them, making full version models of them, or them going into GT6 or whatever. That's what a lot of people do not understand. They've gone that because they don't like them. And this, I think, is really wrong with some people, that they don't appreciate the amount of work and the time and effort that's gone on there. I mean, so to speak, we've got a couple of VGT cars here. There's at least 3 there. And I think they're in the game. Get over it. Deal with it. This is Lake Magyar. I don't know how to spell it. Which isn't too bad, actually. I quite like the look of it. It's a nice track to race on. But yeah, getting back to the original argument, I can understand why PD have done what they've done, where there's no the original like non-premium cars, and then you've got the standard premium cars. There's none of them in there. I can understand that, and I think that's what's led to no original career mode. But that's just my thinking to it. So no non-original career mode. Basically, what are they going to do? You can't have all these cars racing each other. You haven't got enough for the cars to race round in like certain scripted career races and that. I mean, and to be honest, the career mode from GT6 and GT5 was just about as boring as just doing arcade mode with 10 cars. Personally speaking, I mean, I did literally any cars that I got. I literally did. This is how I carried on my career with GT6 and GT5. But with GT5, I did it with the Top Gear test track. Sorry. Any car I got, I ran it on literally every single career mode, race, championship, whatever that I could to get as much money, what I could to decorate it and whatever. And then after that, I chose the next car that I bought, and I did it. Every car that I bought, I did it that, modified it to what I want. That's how I play the game. I don't like online a lot, but that's just me. I'm not going to turn this into a rant. This is my thoughts on it. You can turn around and just totally disagree with me. Fine, that's up to you. But of people that I've seen where in posts where they've been coming up with so much crap about it, and they haven't seen the beta, they haven't played the welcome as well. They haven't played the beta. They haven't even bothered to download this because they've heard it from other people, or they've seen a 1080p video of it. Of a 1080p video or 720p video of a 4K game. And they're commentating on it. They're commenting on how crap the sounds are. The sounds are 95% better. I'm not saying they're 100% better. They're 95% better. There's a lot of work gone into the sounds. Yes, this is a beta demo, so things are slightly going wrong. Certain stuff crashed. But if you're going to make an argument over something why you don't think it's good, then make sure you do a little bit of research on it. That's my grinding gear with people that I'm not buying it because I've heard it's this, I've heard it that. Well, you know, go and have a play. You can download it. You could download it up till, I think, Thursday. It finishes midnight or whatever. You know, don't just sit there, read it, and go with the rest of the idiots that can't be asked to do a bit of research. Go and try and buy the game. If you don't like it after you've downloaded it, fine. That's entirely up to you. You know, but at least try it. You know, and you know, I've read people who say, "Oh, I'm not trying it. Forza 7's better." Fine if you like Forza 7 or Project Cars 2. Personally speaking, for me, Project Cars 2, the handling for a pad is like a disabled dog chasing a cat on an ice lake. Personally, that's my opinion. But I don't have a steering wheel. I've not taken time to set the handling up on the pad, whatever. But you know, personally speaking, I prefer Gran Turismo. That's me. I've had every single Gran Turismo from the PS1 through to the PSP. The only Gran Turismo that I haven't had was the GT Concept Geneva Tokyo one for the PS2. That's the only Gran Turismo I've not had or played. So, yeah, you know, I enjoy all the Gran Turismos, and I'm going to enjoy this. But, you know, all that is just my opinion, and you don't have to agree with it. You know, let me know what you think in the comments, but please do a little bit of research. I mean, this is, although I'll give you the spec of this. Basically, I've got a PS4 Pro. It's set up because I don't have a 4K TV. I have a 3D LG TV. No product placement there. But it does show a lot better, even if you don't have a 4K TV. It shows up a lot more better than what it would like if you had a standard PlayStation with a standard 3D TV or whatever. So I can tell you that now, that it does show a lot more better. You're only seeing it in a 60 frames a second 1080p, and it's being converted by YouTube. And it's not, or you know, the compression and conversion from YouTube, it's not that, I wouldn't say it's that good, personally, but there's nothing much else. But yeah, I'm gonna sort of move on. Basically, I'm just gonna quickly. Right, this is the campaign mode. I really want to sort of show you the campaign mode. Okay, I've done a few things in campaign mode. Driving school is basically the license tests. Okay. That's it. It's that. That's it. It's literally what the old license test used to be. I can't, you know, I wouldn't say it's the best thing, but you know, that's just how it is. In this one, there's 48. There's beginners and there's intermediates. After each 8 rounds, you then get a prize. I haven't done this one yet because it's a bit of a pain in the arse, and I'm not that good, hence why I've got all bronze medals. You can only go on in the demo beta. You can only go up to here, up to level 8. You can't progress, but you do get a prize. What was this? Oh, this is Druid's Brands Hatch, so you can see how crap I am if you want. Yeah, I don't really know. If it's that, I'm not the world's best driver, and I'll own up at that. The reason why there's no music as well is that all the music is licensed. So last time I put the GT Sport closed beta rolling demo up, it had music on it. I got hammered within 20 minutes of the video going up to YouTube. And yes, I have an AdSense account which is connected to it, so I would have got paid for it, but I don't. Because they claim the copyright on it, so they get all the proceedings out of it, which I can go in there and I can just unmonetize it. But if you are going to do any broadcasting, make sure that even the menu music, you know, the music where I had shown the cars going round, turn it off, because if you do any broadcasting, and you are more than likely to get hit with the video will be unavailable in your country to view. because of copyright claims. And some people that own the copyright to the certain piece of music that's playing will do things slightly differently. If they decide to, they can block my video. Or because it's monetized, what they're doing is on the video that I uploaded, they're getting all the money from it. So for me, I can, if I want, go and unmonetize the video. But there again, then when it's become unmonetized, they can then turn around and say, well, we'll just cut the video. We don't want it on a copyright claim. So there are certain swings and roundabouts. Oh, I'm just gonna grab a drink because I'm a bit hungry, thirsty. Anyway, I'm going to try and cock this up in the best way that I can. So bear with me. It might take me a few attempts. I've got to do it in... I mean, for me, as long as I get a bronze, I don't care. As long as I pass it. And then I can come back at some other time and then try and get the rest of the money. The rest of the gold and money. So, I've got to try and just remember everything. I shouldn't have wrote there, I know. Okay, crap at that. Well... Well, that seems better, but I don't think it'll pass. Well, there you go. So I passed. I got a silver for that, which I'm really surprised at, to be honest. So that took me twice. Three goes, I think, to do it. So there you go. It took me... I was overdoing it 25 goes on Monday, Tuesday, something like that. And I just basically... I gave up in the end. I never looked back doing it. So, yeah. So there you go. So I'm kind of happy with that. 14.8. So yeah, you don't get a lot of money. But now, what do you get? You get prize money, mileage points. Mileage points accrue for every mile that you drive. So, and they can be redeemed for parts or like suits or whatever for your car, for your racing suit, helmet, decals, whatever. So yeah, that's a good idea. Distance is basically in the as with the what you call it beta, the closed beta, you do a marathon of 26 miles a day sort of thing. So you complete that, you get given a free car. So this is a 0.3 miles added to the distance. So yeah, and then experience is experience points, and you get sort of bonuses and all that with that. So yeah, so we'll clock up another 2,700 mileage points, experience. Okay, so basically that's that. I'm not going to bore you with a replay. It will come out. So I've got a car, and I like this how they've done this. I think this was back in GT3, wasn't it? So it's like a roulette, and you get a car. I've got a Peugeot. Oh well. So N200 is like 200 horsepower, I think it is. So I can add that to my car. Milestone. This is completed all driving. So this is like Facebook. Facebook for Gran Turismo. If you haven't got it, so just click that, share, and go. Well done. Oh, actually, how I usually do it. There's no smileys, no emotes, which annoys me a bit. I'll just put that on there. Click OK. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. Upload complete. And then click OK again. Oh, I can Can I do 9? No, this feature is not available in this version. So you get the first day. I thought that was right. Okay, so that's that one. So I can do basically they're license tests. That's all they are. That's a nice picture. That's the actual photograph of the Nürburgring and one of the GT cars, which has been put onto it. Mission challenge, well, basically various missions to test your racing techniques to the limit. As you can see, I think there's 5 and 7, which is Blue Moon Speedway 1 lap battle, which means you got to, in that Aston Mountain Vantage down there, you got to basically get first place. And this one, I think on the same track, you got to hit a speed of 155 miles an hour within the given time, and I just haven't been able to do it. So yeah, it's just that I'll work on over the next, up to tomorrow night. All these, if you buy the game, are literally everything you've done so far. The money you've got, the cars you've got, the mileage, the experience, your little what you call it up there, your top right hand corner under the clock, your eSport rating, your sport rating, all that moves over to the full game. So any cars you've got, any liveries, helmets, anything, you keep that when you get the full game. So yeah, that's pretty cool how they've done that, and I think that's a tip of the hat to the guys. So basically, mission challenges is, if you remember in GT6 when you were doing in career mode, you had like your main races down the left hand side that you could choose from, and then the right hand side, after certain specs of the races and that had been done, basically you had all these like little challenges down the side. That's what they are. And again, I think you do the first lot. Now the circuit experiences, basically it's, hold on a second. Oh. The circuit experience is literally a number of missions that basically you have to complete like a full list, a full thingy. So for the Nürburgring, there's loads. Basically, it's I think it's the sectors of the track. Each little segment, each little dot, when you fill them, if you look down here on the Dragon's Trail, you see the 4 sectors. So it's each sector. You got to do it in a certain time, and then you get to do one full lap of that track. So I'm kind of hoping they've got the Nürburgring 24-hour version in there, and not just the GP and the Nordschleife on its own. So you've got to have the full version. So I'm kind of hoping they've got that in there. They didn't have it in. They only had that in the beta, the Nordschleife in the closed beta. Willow Springs, I hate that with a passion. I just do not like Willow Springs. But yeah, Autodromo, Interlagos, that's there. Brands Hatch, I hate Brands Hatch. Kyoto Driving Park is a nice little track. Driving Park, that one, I think. Actually, the Yama one, the second one, this one's second one. I've not tried that one, or have I? I'm not sure. I think I have. I've done a little race on that, but that's one of the license tests. And the Kyoto Driving Park, my Abbey, that's a nice one to race on. But yeah, Woody Springs I hate. Northern Isle Speedway, that's just an oval, and I can't play that because that makes me feel sick. Blue Moon Bay Speedway is a nice one. BB Raceway, I've not raced that one. Tokyo Expressway, one of those I've done. The only races you can race, the only tracks you can race in arcade mode at the moment is Dragon Trail, backwards and forwards, or forwards and reverse. Northern Isle Speedway, forwards. Doesn't matter if you play it reverse, it's the same. Colorado Springs Lake, they're the only ones you can play, and Colorado Springs Lake you can do it backwards and reverse as well. So yeah, these these ones here are these three are rally tracks. I'm glad they got Suzuka, the Autodrome Lake Magyar. That's not a bad track. Bathurst, I love Bathurst. So yeah, the tracks are okay, but a lot of people again not original, not the original tracks, or none of the original Gran Turismo tracks like Midfield Raceway, Grand Valley, all that, and basically they've done away with the Red Bull Ring, which I fucking love. What's the other ones? The other originals, the one in Belgium, Spa, Monza. I literally love Monza. And they're supposed to be doing FIA accredited tracks. Now, the other thing is as well, rumour had it that they were doing China, the Isle of Man TT. We saw Seattle, excerpts of Seattle in here as well. Where the hell are they? Whether they're going to be coming later as DLC, I just find it a lot. They've done a lot for GT6, but the tracks on this are just, well, I know a lot of it depends on licensing and all that sort of crap, but I just still find it a little bit annoying that they're not in there. And I personally think that the tracks are a little limp, to be honest. Suzuka, Mount Panorama, Nürburgring as always. I mean, they haven't even got Le Mans. Why haven't they not got a Le Mans in there? So, and they got the three types of Willow Springs, and I know a lot of Americans, they like it, but I personally cannot stand Willow Springs. I hate it with a passion, and I'm not overly big on Brands Hatch either. Well, they got rid of Silverstone. Why? That was in the game. That was in one game. Red Bull Ring, one game, and then you get the stupid Willow Springs tracks. Bloody rubbish. But there you go. Anyway, so that's circuit experience. You race each sector, and then basically the next one is you do a full lap and beat the time. That's all it is. That is all it is. But it gets you to know about the circuit, and it gives you, which I probably haven't told you, which I will see if I can do it. One lap attack. Okay? So basically up the top here, if you look at that, oh, it won't show me. Okay. I'll take that off. It goes into a YouTube video and it shows you basically explains how to do a full lap of the track, which is rather annoying because it means I was going to eat something, but no, hold on. What you don't want to hear me is crunch, crunch, crunch. So I must apologise in advance. Right. I'll get to arcade later. Sport mode. So you've got racing etiquette, which learn the necessary rules and etiquette for taking part in races. This option is required to participate in. That's not available in the in this demo. Live reports are literally web-based stuff, and they've updated the daily race events. Okay, so this is all literally. I don't know if it will show it. No. Whenever it goes out to an outside link, you come off air, which is really annoying. But live reports are basically it's news articles really of like what will be the Nations Cup, the Manufacturers Cup, and wherever it's held in the world. Now, the main thing for GTSport is this, basically online. Autodrome Interglacial. Oh, blimey, 2140. I'm not sure if I can, but I've not driven that yet, so I would have no idea. What are we on? Well, let's have a look. Race entry. I'm gonna have to do it. So I'm gonna do a qualifying time trial. and I'm going to use my. Well, this is my car that you're going to have to see. Now, the other thing you need to see here is that the balance of, I think it's balance of power has been increased or decreased on certain aspects. So this is to do with the regulations. So you can have your car that's really low on whatever it is, but you enter it into one of these online races, bump, and you've got literally it gets pumped up a bit, so you get extra weight added or whatever. So it's to do with the regulations for that race, which everything is all listed down in the side where it says GR4 at the back. So you click OK. I'm not sure how it's going to be because I'm downloading loads of gear. Apparently, I think there's Project Cars 2 update downloading in the background. So yeah, bear with me on that. So I've not driven into Lagos before in ages. Last time I did that was in a Formula 1 car. Not in a real car, mind. Right, so here we go. This is my first look. Okay. Car settings. You can change your setup. Well, again, you level up. This is what you do with your mileage things. You can, like, go level up. Do you want to up the old horsepower or whatever? I'm not touching any of that for the time being because it's all locked. Where you got a padlock, you can't do anything with it, so you just leave it. Can't change your gear settings, anything. So that's why it gives you literally the only thing that's here is driving, not your skill of driving, and not how fast your car is. So, which I can understand that. So, yeah. Right. So we come back out. I don't know how long there is for qualifying. 21:40, isn't it? And this might even crash. So bear with me. So I'm going to do a couple of laps, a couple of warm-ups because I've never raced this before. And I'll try and commentate and get the complete wrong gears, but hey, there you go. But at least it's not raining. And I'm not using the racing line, but I've got combs down. Oh, hold it. Like I said, I'm not the world's best driver, alright? I need to change the angle as well. I find that annoying where the settings there, where they automatically put you back on the grass, which is really annoying. I'm already up on this lap. I'm using manual gears. I'm using the right stick up and down for gear up and down. I will say this is the first time I've driven this in a Gran Turismo game. And I'm not saying I'm that good either. I always aim for the fun. I go for the fun. I'm not a Lucas Ordonez or fucking the other guy from Wales. I just play for fun. I think I'm gonna. Oh, I'm 7 seconds up, so we're looking at about 153, 152. I think it's good having a ghost on as well, because you can always see where you are. Oops. But I kind of I kind of Tony'd that, so. So you also get, you know, your crew money and everything, so yeah. So that's added another 7 miles, so I get another car at 26 miles, which I will be doing. Yeah, I do apologise for that. So I'm going to save the replay because I want to have a look at that. So I want to see what the cameras are like, so you've got a couple of minutes. And I am slower than a lot of people. So that's the car, it's a BMW M4. Yes, it has a little GoPro camera in it, overlooking the driver's shoulders. I'm not sure, but yeah, my driving style sucks, by the way. If I remember rightly, it should have a little camera in it anyway. If you stick GoPro labels, sponsor stickers on it, you get a GoPro camera to put inside, or it gets put inside automatically. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm sure I think that's right. But that car took about 90 minutes to do the livery on it. I'm quite happy the way it's turned out, actually. It is available to Discover. If you get the game and you use Discover in the livery sort of car livery sort of thing, it will show up. Or I think you might be able to search for the user as Hentis, which is my username, and it will show up with all my things. I'm not sure what's going on there. It might have actually, because I've done the qualifying. Either that. Oh dear. This is why it's a beta. I don't think I'm going to be racing in what's time? Oh, if I can boot it up in 4 minutes, I might lose the broadcast, but I'll have to reboot. I'm kind of